This is kind of a new video style to me, but just ignore the background, I guess, or just watch the background while I talk. I don't really mind. So in this video, I'm going to talk about something that me and my fellow lonely ones are asked quite frequently actually, so I decided to replace the 30-second part of my 1,000 subscribers video with a video dedicated to this completely, so it would save us the awkwardness of replying to messages or tweets that you guys probably find awkward sending to begin with, and to try and not get anyone upset, I guess. So let's begin by clarifying one thing. We are just trying to have fun. The whole idea behind the server, the whole reason why Logicraft failed as a Let's Play back when I made that series, was because I wanted to bring a group of people together to make videos or streams and have fun on a Minecraft survival world. Now, Logicraft was my idea, but The Lonely Kind was kind of both mine and Rachel's idea. We came up with it in a conversation. So, seeing as it was just the start, we set up a bunch of quote-unquote rules on how asking people to join would work and what modifications we'd make to the server, stuff about financing, etc. Which is how Lewis and Edmund joined. We asked them, but now that we have started, the group is going to grow in a different way. So the concept of the server is based on what Hermitcraft is like, where the decision to add a member is unanimous to avoid any members getting upset, and it wouldn't be discussed with the person until everyone is in agreement, to avoid everyone getting upset basically. I'm personally guilty of this, as I have sometimes phrased things wrong to people who have DM'd me asking to join in the past. It is a very awkward thing to answer to, so I'm sorry if you are one of those people, and if any of the others have also done the same thing. It's a very awkward thing to answer to. You have to give us that. So as I said, it's a matter of all of us wanting a person to be part of a group, and until a few days ago, the main problem was that we were having issues hosting the server, as it was literally being hosted off of Edmund's laptop. Being a laptop, it's already going to be kind of weak, especially for a server, and Minecraft servers use single-threaded performance for some reason, so that also did affect how bad it worked, so the laptop really struggled when Lewis started playing, as 4 of us would constantly be loading chunks, and it was a burden for the laptop. We literally had to temporarily move the server to Edmund's PC to fight the Ender Dragon. So one problem with adding people at the time was that the server literally couldn't take more than 2.5 people, because it often struggled whenever 3 of us were online as well. That's no longer a problem though, as we are now paying for a proper server that can take many people. So like I said before, we have to vote for people to join, and it needs to be unanimous. But you might be asking, how do I get noticed? Well, this kind of links back to being inspired by Hermitcraft. One thing that I really enjoy about it is how pretty much community driven it is. People in the audience are always giving the hermit suggestions on things to do, and Rachel and I did this as well a couple of weeks ago with the Villager project when we asked them names. By contributing in the comments, or anywhere really, even on Twitter, stuff like that, or even just watching the videos and getting inspired, or if you follow along on the series, whether it's just from me, or from Rachel, or Edmund, or even all of us, you are a part of the community behind The Lonely Kind. We get inspired by you guys, and you guys get inspired by us. And by contributing in the comments, we are very likely to check you guys' channels out and stuff. Being small and growing creators ourselves, we want to try and support other small channels as well, if we enjoy their videos. And that is pretty much how small channels generally grow. Small channels find other small channels, subscribe to them. You get the idea. So if we were to find a channel we think would be a great addition to the server, we would add them. Though we do play on Java, so we'd have to make sure that, first off, you play on the same version as us before going ahead and asking someone to join if they have Bedrock. Only for them not to, and that would just make things awkward. Oh, and yeah, you need to have a channel for us to ask you to join. We think it works really well, and it wouldn't really make sense to ask random people that wouldn't produce content. So that's what the server's for. The scope of the server to begin with was to have a series going with it from every member. The only exception to this though is Lewis. As I have mentioned before, he started playing recently, but he hasn't opened his channel yet. Without going too into it, he's basically not ready to make videos, and that is absolutely fine. We don't want to put pressure on him or rush him. The reason why he's an exception though is because we've already asked him to join, like way before we even knew. So he was already a part of the trailer, which is pretty much confirming the founding members of the server, so why would we not let him play? And this also brings me to the fact that a couple people have commented on the fact that once they grow in subscribers, they plan on joining. But again, it doesn't work that way. We're just out here trying to have fun, not a subscriber race. Edmund started off with 0 followers on Twitch when he started playing on The Lonely Kind, but I did know him before the series, I guess, so I knew he was already a great fit. We have collabed before on the channel as well. But that's my point. Subscribers don't matter. What does matter, though, is that A, we know what you're like as a person from your videos, or just IRL, I guess. And B, that we can tell what version you're playing on, because again, if we don't know if you're playing on Bedrock or not, I mean, I have a keen eye for the two, but I'm not sure if the other Lonely ones do, which is probably where this is kind of like a grey area, I guess. So I hope this video cleared some things up, but I do want to end off with this. If you ask us, or heck, even beg us to join, A, it's awkward, and B, it can be annoying, depending on whichever of the two you did. You don't have to be in the server to be part of the community, that's the thing. If you have suggestions for builds, you can tweet us or tag us in an Instagram post. Basically, there are so many other ways to interact than to play with us. This is the whole reason why we make videos on this whole thing, or streams. That is the point, basically. So I hope you guys found this helpful, and on that note, I will see you in the next Lonely Kind episode. See ya!